Okay, this riff is from the song Curve, and it basically has a Lydian sound. It's an E, and I'm emphasizing the flat 5 and the major third. All right, and the riff goes. Okay, and I'm also using the delay on the melody line in Damage Control, which basically has a lot of ringing notes and things like that. And I think the delay helps to, once again, add some breathing and some air and some space to it. So I'll show you that melody as well. Basically has 4 parts. All right, so here's the whole thing in succession. You can hear the delay filling out the space as well. So when I first started playing guitar and I was just getting into the sound of amplifiers and effects and things like that, I discovered something very early on, which is something that I still use today. And it's that if I take an effect that has 2 outputs on it, and a lot of the Boss effects do, and you can do that with a stereo chorus or delay. In this case, a lot of times I'll just take a delay like this that has an output A and B and use 2 different amps. When I was younger, I would just plug right into the front of any amp I can get my hands on and plug my guitar into the pedal and then take it out to the 2 amps, and I'd have this great stereo delay that would kind of ping pong between the 2. And it's something that I do constantly. On my solo album, you can hear that kind of delay. It's a different type of processing, but it's the same effect where you hear the 2 different delay times on either side. I use that in my live rig. And then when I play different types of clinics and certain types of tours and playing with my solo material, I usually go for a simpler setup, and I'll use something like this or something like this, which is DD20, and basically same things. When I was little, I'd take 2 amplifiers, usually take the send out of the back into the effect pedal, and 1 output to the return of another amp, 1 output back to the return of the first head. It sounds confusing, but it's actually real simple, and you have this great stereo delay sound or stereo chorus, whatever you happen to be using, and it's very convenient right at your feet there. I'll show you that in a minute with my Mesa Boogie rig and the Boss pedals. Okay, so let's talk about some of the effects that I'm using. The first thing is coming straight from the guitar. It's a guitar plugged directly into an NS2, which is a noise suppressor. And that basically gets rid of some of the pickup noise that you might get when you're playing loud on stage. So here's my sound right now. It's pretty quiet. Shut the delay off there. And this is without it. You can hear the difference. You can hear it's getting rid of some of that noise, some of the buzzes. Okay, so that's the very first thing. Also, I'm using a Boss delay. Now this is a DD20, which is a double pedal. And basically, the way I'm using it is I have two heads, two Road King heads. I'm going out of the send of one head into the input of the delay, and then one of the outputs back into the return of that head, and the other output into the return of the other head. And I have it set on a panning setting, so you get a nice back and forth ping pong effect. I'll show you. And I think it's really great for playing leads and stuff like that because it adds some breath and some air. So you hear it kind of floating away. Really adds some space to your playing. And then the other thing I have, the last thing, is phaser pedal, which I use mostly on the clean sounds. And the very last thing and final thing I have is coming off of the noise suppressor. There's a send, and I have that sent right to the chromatic tuner, which is great. You can see it very nicely, and it's very useful to have that during the show. So people are always asking my